Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector, and we'll get started on our next multiplayer tips video here. We have the last unit in the Tyranid roster to review today. It is the Hormagaunts. But before I get started on this, if you're enjoying these videos, please give my channel a like and subscribe to encourage me to post more content for you. And now on to the Hormagaunts. So these are another one of your lowest tier infantry units for the Tyranids. They cost 35 points. There are 8 models per squad. Each model has 25 health points, so a little bit more than Termagants, which means they're going to survive being grenaded. They have 1 action point, 5 movement, so they do have increased movement just because they are a melee unit. They have 1 armor and they have 5 evasion. So they have Scythe and Talons as their attack. So each model has 1 attack. It does 9 to 12 melee damage with an armor piercing of 4, and it has a baseline accuracy of 75. So not great. The biggest issue is if most people want to use these as a charging unit, which means if there's anybody that has a bolt pistol, they're automatically going to get reaction fire, and because these guys have no armor, they're going to get slaughtered. So usually you're going to want to move these guys around and then get flanking attacks and kind of take advantage of their abilities, and these guys have 2 different kind of abilities. The first one is Swarm Tactics, and if you've been watching my other multiplayer matchup tips, you'll know that this is a very powerful ability. What it does is, if there's 4 other units that have the Swarm Tactics around them, and that would be either the Gene Stealers, Gargoyles, Termagants, or another Hormagaunt, each model that's around, each other squad that's around it, for up to 4 squads, will give plus 50% melee damage, so a total of 200% melee damage, or if it's a ranged unit, it'll give 35 times 4, which would be 140% range damage. So that's how you start to get these guys to go crazy, but that's not everything. You can then have these units, and most of these HQ or elite units will have the Synaptic Leader trait, and what that does is it connects all friendly units within a 3x3 tile around the Synaptic creature, and each one that's around there will give plus 75 momentum gains, plus 10% accuracy, and plus 5% evasion. So now all of a sudden you have 225% momentum gains for the units you're killing, plus 30% accuracy and 15% evasion, and so that would bring these guys up to 20 evasion to begin with. So now all of a sudden these guys are going to be landing a shit ton of their attacks, not really missing, having 200% damage, so that means 18 to 24 damage here with an armor piercing of 4, but that's not everything. If you do want to, then you move them into an area where they're not going to get a reaction fire, which would be like from the side or from the back, then you can use this leap ability. And what that is it allows you to do a special attack, which gives you an additional armor piercing damage. So now all of a sudden these guys do up to 5 armor piercing for their damage. And this is what allows these guys to now all of a sudden do damage to anything in the game. They can attack vehicles and do pretty substantial damage, especially if they're getting rear attacks. They can snipe enemy heroes. They can take out Terminators. You know, they can do some pretty serious badness to you if you let them to get swarmed. So I have a little bit of a different form set up here. I have the Hive Tyrant just because I want to be able to give them the Hive Mind's Will and boost the momentum, and then have kind of an all melee force here to see what we can do. Oops. So we'll do that, come here, and we did Necrons last time, so we'll do the Adeptus Sororitas again. Now, because these are, you know, kind of a melee spread, I think what I'll do is I'll bring a second force this way, and everybody else can come up this way. Like so. And then I guess we actually are going to keep the Hive Tyrant. Alright, we got these guys just running. I usually like to keep my guys blobbed together, especially when I have more Hormagaunts and things like that involved, but right now, with everything going on, what's going to happen is these guys are going to be so blobbed together that they're going to have difficulty getting into combat and doing damage. So that's why I'm separating these guys here. I suppose we can put you guys back here so you're safer. Oh, that's not good. Those guys can one-shot one of my guys, which they did. Alright. So, guess let's start with a little bit of that. Bring you over here and let him shriek into these guys. And you can charge here. See, these guys can charge all the way over here, which I'm actually going to do.
By his light we shall endure.
Bring you back this way. I'm actually surprised you didn't trigger your extra bonus attack here. What's going on there? There we go. That's what I was expecting. Like, what the hell's going on here? And you can surge and attack again. These retributors are definitely dangerous guys here. We want to take them out if we can. So that's nice. Let's pull you back to here. Now, do any of these guys have pistols? Doesn't look like it. So let's let you charge into here. Alright, good. This guy can actually run all the way down to here. He can run all the way up to here. See, we gotta keep guys together so they can get the increased movement bonuses here. Alright, just kill him. Alright, let you attack the retributors. You can now surge and attack here.
While his light we shall endure.
So as you can see, not nearly as impressive when they're not getting the surges going. Alright. You can attack here. And you guys can come here. And then if we were going to empower the leap, it now lets you leap at enemies 2 tiles away, dealing melee damage with 3 armor piercing. And now it won't provoke a reaction fire. So that's even greater. So that definitely is a nice ability if you were going to do it. Unfortunately, it looks like it's not going to let me do it without action point, which makes sense because that would definitely be crazy good. Let's get you here. Drop that. And start focusing there. And you can kill this one. And start focusing down the Exorcist. Bring you up here. Surge. Alright, let you pull back to here. Alright, just shoot. Alright, so now you've got your leap going. I cannot leap these guys, or they will probably attack me. Now, what I would be curious to know, if I brought you guys down here, brought you here, did this, yeah, so that's not great. It's not bad, but it's not great. Oh, these guys are getting crazy evasion now that they've got all their bonuses going.
Match for our armor.
Just keep the damage coming.
We cannot be stopped.
But you can leap if you wanted to. So it lets you leap here. As you saw, it did 95 damage there. Pull you back. Bring you to here. Let you leap here. Not as much good damage here. Alright, I want to see this happen. It did okay. I don't know if it was much better than anything else that just happened here. But that is the Hormagaunt, so definitely a high aggression force there. I did not realize that the leap got rid of the Overwatch and increased it to 2, so that's good to know if you were ever to need to do that. Now again, I can't imagine there's going to be a situation where you need to do that, but it treats it just like it would be like regular jump infantry attack, where you're going to probably need to have a space clear. As you saw, if I was jumping, it would then come to the other side there. So if a force is completely surrounded, then that's what you're going to want to do. But generally you're going to want enough of them around that they can keep getting the swarm tactics, because as you could see, by not having the swarm tactics there, they weren't doing tons of damage. Now they definitely could do a lot, but the when they're all being buffed with each other and you're getting 200% melee damage happening, that's when these guys really start to shine and just do some crazy amounts of damage. Especially if I would have moved these synaptic leaders a little bit closer, then they would have had their accuracy up. So I was not moving these guys up far enough to take full effect. So that was kind of sloppy for my example, and I probably wouldn't have missed so many attacks had I had these guys moved up farther. So definitely something that you can keep in mind. And then the other thing is, you know, they also pop smoke, and what that does is it increases the evasion of everything within the range of the smoke. So that's the other reason, in addition to the Seraphims casting their jump pack, that gives them additional evasion. So all those things stacking up, or why I was having a little trouble with those hits there. If you're trying to figure out like, man, these guys suck, it's because the Adeptus Sororitas had buffed themselves up significantly. So keep that in mind. I don't want you to walk away that, man, these guys can't hit shit, because they should have been hitting close to 80 to 90, if not 100%, had I been not so sloppy with the movements here. So they definitely can do a lot of damage, especially if you're fighting enemies that don't have a front line, which is what was happening here. So thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe. Encourage me to post more content for you. Have a great day.